It has, as we've talked about, been a very tense and scary 6 days for people in the mid-state and especially southern Kentucky as law enforcement were hunted down Floyd Cook.
That's right. And we wanted to kind of go down the timeline with you. It all started last Saturday in Putnam County, Tennessee, where Cook shot at an all-good police officer during a traffic stop. That officer wasn't seriously hurt, but Cook got away. Now, Cook then crossed into Cumberland County, Kentucky, where a state trooper tried to pull him over. Cook wrecked, fired at least one shot at that trooper, and then took off. Now, he wasn't hurt, the officer, but once again, Cook escaped. And he was spotted Sunday near Burkesville, and police thought they had him surrounded. But when they raided the home after a 15-hour standoff, they turned up empty-handed. And then on Wednesday night, U.S. Marshals spotted a car wanted in connection to Cook's disappearance in Robertson County, Tennessee. That car sped off and crashed near White House, and the two inside took off into some woods. Hours later, police arrested Katie McCarty and Troy Wayne. Troopers don't even think Cook was ever with them. They are facing multiple charges, though, this morning. So we're continuing to follow the latest developments live from the scene. We'll bring you all the updates as we get them on air and online and on our app, Twitter, and Facebook pages and our website, newschannel5.com.
And another big breaking story we've been following all morning long comes out of Lewis County, where a police officer and a deputy were shot while on the job. One officer remains in the hospital this morning at Vanderbilt after being shot at least twice in a gun battle with an 18-year-old suspect. Alan Schwatter is the 18-year-old's name. He was killed during that shootout there in Hohenwald. Investigators say that Schwatter burst into a home and stabbed the homeowner in Hohenwald, and then he took off with a number of items, including some guns. The victim was able to contact police, and 4 officers spotted Schwatter a short time later and exchanged gunfire. Another officer was shot, but that officer was wearing a bulletproof vest and should be all right. The TBI is now investigating this whole matter.
Disturbing new details now about a shooting overnight in downtown Nashville. Police say a woman was sitting in her car near the pedestrian bridge, which is by 2nd Avenue South and Broad, when a man in a red hoodie tried to get inside her car. The woman was able to lock her doors, but as she drove away, that's when the suspect started shooting at her car. She was hit in the arm and taken to Vanderbilt, but she's going to be all right. If you saw anything that can help, call police.
Threatening rumors have a mid-state school taking some extra precautions this morning. We're told that rumors started going around that Wilson Central High School in Lebanon could have a shooting planned for today. Well, even though the SRO and other officials went through and found the threat to be completely false, well, the school's not taking any chances, so the Sheriff's Department will have some extra staff on campus, and the Halloween activities have been canceled at the school today.
New details about the unruly passenger that caused a flight to be diverted to the Nashville International Airport. Now, this plane was headed from Memphis to Philadelphia when it landed at BNA yesterday. We're told one of the passengers shoved a flight attendant during a disagreement over a glass of water. Now, he also wouldn't stay in his seat. Investigators say passengers helped take this guy down until they landed. He was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and assault. Now the FBI is investigating. And the retrial for the Vanderbilt rape case will now happen this spring. Yesterday, Judge Monty Watkins scheduled it for April 4th. Former football players Brandon Vandenberg and Corey Beatty were convicted of raping a female student back in January, but the verdict was thrown out. A jury will be brought in from Chattanooga. Jury selection will begin March 30th.
All right, we're also following some breaking news out of Brentwood this morning, where we have been talking about this apartment fire that was happening earlier in the morning.
Yeah, Matthew Torres is there now. He just arrived on the scene. And Matthew, can you tell us what's happened? First of all, is anybody hurt?
Well, luckily there were no injuries, Amy, but you can imagine with all of the alarms going off right now, it is pretty hectic and it's an active scene out here. I mean, just take a look. We still have several crews out here this morning as they continue to investigate this fire. We were out here just a few minutes ago and we just spoke to the district fire chief. But if the camera just follows me, the fire actually started in this unit right here, Building F, here at the views of Brentwood Apartments. From what we are told, the fire started somewhere around the balcony area and quickly spread to the attic. At this point, they are still determining at least what caused this fire, but they worked very fast. Just take a look at Sky 5 video as we first were here. You can see the damage left behind by this. Fire crews then gutted out the roof just in order for them to attack this and contain the fire just to this one unit. But unfortunately, right now, they have shut off power, at least in this part of the building, meaning about 12 residents are displaced this morning because of this fire. For what we're told, they're still trying to find where the homeowner actually of this unit is. Apparently, they just left the scene as soon as this fire started. Even dispatch received some reports earlier that a woman was trying to take out the fire by herself by throwing buckets of water. Now, if we come back out here live, we just moved to the back of the building. Just take a look at the damage left behind. It could have been a lot worse if fire crews did not work as fast as they did. You can see part of the roof has been torn off, as well as there has been some damage to the balcony. It is unlivable at this point, but again, it's pretty shocking just how fast that they were able to contain this. A lot of people, neighbors, are just down the street right now with nowhere else to live as the power is now shut off. Again, we're still working to get more details. We'll have more coming up at 7:30. For now, we're reporting live in Brentwood. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.